So why are you guys looking for a designer right now?
Specifically, we've had one or two of our designers kind of move on, and so we're looking to, kind of fill that role. Um, Anyone we work with, we kind of always start off on just like a sort of a freelance or, remote is fine, whatever it might be, role, and we go project to project, and if it works well, then, we can talk about, what the next steps are.
You have a couple designers leaving, you said. So is that basically why now is kind of the right time for you guys to hire a designer?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've recently signed some larger long-term projects. So we have sort of, I would say, more needs, some ongoing needs for both UI, UX design on the visual side, but also on the UX side, sort of understanding user flows for websites and apps and things like that.
Cool. What size is the team on your end? How many people will a designer be working with?
There's 14 of us. So we're a smaller agency, but we've always been this size. We've been around for about 17 years now, and we work with, clients big and small.
Have you guys had any troubles like filling the projects with the designers leaving that you were talking about?
Yeah, we've gone through a couple of designers. A few, haven't worked out. Everyone has kind of been very amicable. I think a few were just not the right fit. So we had a larger long-term project more on the social design side. And the designer that we hired, I think after he kind of got into it a little bit, decided that it wasn't quite the right fit for him and he really liked doing product design. But just in general, as I said, we kind of had one or two designers that have kind of moved on or decided to do something else. And for us, design's always been at the forefront of everything we do. And so it's really important that we get it right on every project. And we're pretty specific about, kind of what we're looking for. And we're always aiming for a really high quality, especially on the sort of UI and visual side. And so it's really important for us to find the right person.
Cool. Is there any like an example of a project out there that you're kind of keen on that's like related to the type of project somebody would be working on?
I don't know that I can think of an actual, project offhand that I could just share publicly. We have a bunch of our projects that are in the works now, or stuff that we don't share on our website that I'd be happy to kind of review with a designer. I think you can get a lot of sense of our design style just by kind of looking at our website and look at some of the past work we've done. We have a very sort of minimalistic and I would call it Apple-esque type style. That's what we've always had. So that's probably what we would, typically lean towards, although we're kind of open. But we just want somebody that has a really good visual eye, can understand how to design websites and mobile apps and web apps as well. And ideally can do both the UI design, but also sort of assist with the UX on the UX side. So wireframing, site maps, overall structure, how to figure out, best navigation and all that kind of good stuff.
And what kind of budget do you guys have allocated for the project?
Well, it's project to project. So, that kind of varies. And then going forward, I would say that we probably have a need where we're probably 5 to 10,000 per month on an ongoing basis with various projects. But as I said, before we got to that point, we would just sort of look at a project, scope it out with the designer, come up with a fee that, works for both of us, and then, do one project, then do another project, do a few together, figure out if we like working with each other, both the designer and our agency. And then we could, move more into like sort of steady ongoing work.
So I'll be including a link to your actual email address and everything to have people reply to you.
Cool.
Do you have any particular things you want to see in an email?
I would say that, we're not really particular about, cover letters and resumes and all of that. We're pretty loose bunch. I think for us, it's all about the work at the end of the day. So, share some of your best work, share a link to your portfolio. Tell us, I think at the end, tell us exactly what you like doing. So, I love doing UI. I really, love doing UX. I like both websites, apps, social media, whatever it is. Tell us what you like doing. And then we always want to hear kind of what your current situation is. So, are you working full time? Are you a full time freelancer? answer a few of those questions and just right to the point, and that's what we need.